WWF representing Palace, so let's tell you about Palace. Rolling straight to the ceiling, crowns and crystals, top like journeys, dishing out malice. Hold up, South London's grandest, far from bandits. Anything earned for a goal of elevation, just passing the team over here might finish out. Bright future we can't vanish. SE25 any day, that's sellers. Rev up the engines, no more rivers. Reactions, fan cams, bands on stream. Share up the team, support the dream team when eagles fly, make noise and scheme. Dare to dream or dream to dare, taking a step to become supreme.
We need a serious discussion about our home form, guys. Big up everyone. Some match reaction for another home defeat. That's back-to-back home defeats, I believe.
Back-to-back
Is that
2-0s.
Is that the first back-to-back home defeat of the season?
I will have a look.
I will check for you. I'm on there now. So
But yeah, we lost
home
2-1
defeat, home
in the
defeat.
game we shouldn't have lost at all. We'll start with Dan since JC's checking the stats quick. How you doing, Dan?
Yeah, I'm good. I was fuming. I'm not gonna lie, but I had a nice evening with family instead. So thankfully I forgot about it, and now I'm ready to moan again. But yeah,
JC, how's it going, mate?
All good. That's the only back-to-back home defeats, but we've had draw, defeat in the last few games. So it's defeat, draw, defeat. So sick.
Whilst you're at it, can you run through the teams that we've lost or drawn to, and let's kind of see where we should have won?
So only home games, yeah.
Yeah, just home games.
Everton 2-1.
oh,
Should have won that one.
good start.
Brentford 2-1.
Can't really
Could have got
remember
something
that.
out of that, to be fair.
Chelsea 1-1.
Yeah, that was a fair one.
Arsenal 5-1.
Yes, next one.
City 2-2.
I was annoyed we drew that, to be honest.
Newcastle 1-1.
Newcastle, we
That
definitely
one-
should have won.
Yeah, we should have won that.
Yeah, 0.01 XG. Crazy business.
One shot off target, 0 shots on target, still drew of us.
Fulham.
How does that make sense?
Fulham 2-0.
Oh, that was
expected.
a disaster game. That was, wasn't it?
Liverpool 1-0.
We were kind of unlucky in that game.
Man United 0-0.
That was
Should have
10
won that
halves
game
to
as
the
well,
belt, wasn't
actually.
it?
Leicester 2-2.
And yeah, we survived that game because the goals we conceded in that game were crap as well. We've conceded some crap goals.
Chelsea 1-1. And West Ham 2-0.
I didn't watch the West Ham one, but I was on the.
Are we gonna get Moyes 3 times in one season? Oh no, we played Everton already at their place.
Yeah.
But imagine if we've got Moyes 3 times in one season. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Good.
No, hold on. Who was Moyes? No, because it was Lopetegui, wasn't it not?
Yeah, it was.
Their win at our place was Lopetegui, but we did the 2-0 on Potter, didn't we, at their place?
Yeah.
Yeah. But we've only played Moyes once this season, no?
Yeah.
Luckily, yeah.
What should we talk about first? Our poor finishing or our poor defending?
They're both as bad as each other now.
Yeah, really bad. All right, let's start with the finishing because I think there's a lot more to discuss regarding the defending.
Yeah.
We had chances. I look back at that first one with Mateta where Tarkowski misjudges the flight and he's on the edge of the box and he decides to go to Pickford's near post. I think if he goes to the far post, he scores. Obviously, Lerma's goal got disallowed because they said that the ball went out. Whether it went out or not, I'm not even going to be mad at that one, to be fair. And then you had SAR's one, and I was speaking to JC earlier about this, and it would be interesting to know your thoughts, Dan, and also those in the chat. Because I thought SAR got taken out. Now, granted, SAR should have scored, first and foremost. But I looked at it and I'm thinking, has he caught his standing foot there, after the ball's gone? Could that have been given? I don't know. But like I said, first things first, Saar should have scored, period. So I'm more annoyed that he didn't score then. And feel free to check it again, Dan.
Yeah, that's what I'm just looking at.
I saw you
now.
immediately went, hey,
I think I need another camera angle to make an opinion, because when I guess the challenge goes in, they're literally standing. So I think it was James Garner that made the challenge, but Tarkovsky was sort of standing in the way, so you can't actually see anything that's happening with Saar's legs. So if you can see another camera, but what you can say though is when Saar does fall to the floor, his standing leg is like bent to one side. So has he done that just to fall over and try and win something, or has he actually been kicked? I have no idea. It's all hidden. But if there's another camera angle, then I'd like to see that. But I think there's a grey area when it comes to shots and then them leading into penalties. Because I do think that, like, we're going back to rubbish refereeing again. But sometimes if the shot goes off, if there's a dodgy challenge, they won't give it because a shot's been taken and a shot's been missed. But if the shot hasn't been taken, they get taken out. They're more likely to give a pen. But some referees have still given a penalty even after the shot's been taken. So I don't really know, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I mean, I can see what you're saying now, Rich. I didn't even notice that when I was at the game and watching the highlights back. But yeah, no, he does get taken out, doesn't he? But I do agree with what JC's saying. Like, there is a weird grey area, I think, with like after, because like I can't remember where it was. I think it was in like the World Cup with like Messi. I know like he took a shot that like lobbed the keeper, and then there was a big debate of whether it should have been a foul or not, where the keeper took him out. So I don't know, but yeah, he does get taken out. That's for sure.
The only reason I raise it is because I know there's been times where someone's shot wide, but they've been taken out, and then it's gone for a check and they've given a penalty, even though they've had the shot. So it's just kind of, like I said, that grey area. But JC, and this is a nice little comment here as well from Ron. Big up, Ron. He says that it's not taking our chances at home that's killing us. I agree. There's bigger issues at home, but I think it did play a part yesterday because we could have easily been 2 or 3 goals up. JC, what's your thoughts?
I mean, I think Ron summed it up pretty effortlessly there, isn't it? If you don't take your chances, you can't score, can't win the game. And that's a very Michael Owen statement, but it's so true. Because really and truly, that first half and that second half, we were the best team by a country mile. They had their spells, and we gifted them 1 goal.
2.
I mean, the second one was more luck, I think, for the ball to drop to him 3 times in a row. But still, if you don't take your chances, you don't win football matches. And they got 2 chances and put them both away. What else is there to say, really? Just we need to finish better at home, but we can finish really well away from home. It don't make any sense.
I mean,
sure,
I know
it should be the other way around.
I know that overall, but let me get it out. I know we're not the worst. Only Man United have a worse chance conversion rate than we do.
Keep it PG. It's not even 9 o'clock.
And then at home, just done the quick maths. This doesn't include yesterday, by the way, but our XG is 16.5. We've only scored 11 from that, which, as a quick scan, that looks like it's definitely bottom 3 in the whole league.
I think we're 16th in home form.
That's in terms of converting chances. I don't know what our form's like at the moment, but I know obviously
we're 16th at home in the form table, but obviously regarding XG, so 16 point what?
16.5. This isn't including yesterday. 16.5 chances created, and then we've only scored 11.
11 goals at home, and we played 24 games
12.
now.
Be 12 now, but yeah, before
12
yesterday,
games.
11.
Oh my gosh.
That's
so
the thing.
A goal at a home game.
Yeah,
that is actually bad.
Yeah, I mean, the only 3 teams who have scored less goals before yesterday. This is what I've got. But the only teams who scored less than us at home are Ipswich and Southampton.
You know, this is a nice little segue before we go into the conversation. We've seen that you've quite enjoyed the tactical Q&As and stuff. So the next international break is actually going to be a tactical Q&A based on our home form. Why is our home form so terrible? So get your questions in, whether it's Twitter, whether it's through the comment section here. Get your questions into JC and Dan. We really need to dissect why we're so bad at home. And by then, we would have had Villa and maybe one other home game?
So,
I think the next international break, I think it's in March.
yeah.
So it'll be Villa and Millwall, I assume.
So the next international break is after the Ipswich game. So that's Ipswich at home, and then Southampton away is the next game. So we've almost got a full month without any football because Ipswich is March 8th, and then our next game, Southampton, is April 2nd. So that we've got a long time off.
March 8th, April 2nd. I'm guessing, I think it's because England. No, actually, why is that? No, actually, no, sorry. I think I know the reason for that. I think, is that not because of the FA Cup? So we might, if we go through, I think that's an FA Cup weekend. One of them.
That makes sense.
Okay, but yeah, for that, it's definitely a thing where me and Dan will do it. We'll definitely do another Q&A.
Yeah,
because we normally do that in international break. But we'll try and, even if no one says any questions about it, I think we'll try and cover the why we're so bad at home thing.
Yeah.
I think so how many more games until the international break? So
4
home games. So Villa.
So Fulham away,
Ipswich.
Villa at home, Millwall at home, Ipswich at home. So 3 home games.
3. Okay. So 3 other games to maybe even.
So we could very well turn around and win all 3 of those games and go, oh, we don't need to do it anymore. We're sick at home.
I mean, that would be very typical.
Yeah. Put all that effort in to find out why we're so rubbish at home, and then we'll actually turn up being good at home. So
yeah. I mean, I've got my theories already, to be honest, but yeah, I'll say that.
Yeah, go through the comments. There's a specific quote from Dog that I'll address, but it's funny.
all right. Big up the dog saying, how did we let Papa Smurf out coach us? If you look through the comments of the fan cams, I'm not saying names, but someone called someone else Papa Smurf. We couldn't press with their setup. Is there going to be a França watch along tomorrow? No, there's not. I'm going to be at work.
What is that?
I'll see what I'm doing tomorrow evening and what the Wi-Fi in the Colchester hotel's like. So don't completely rule it out, but we'll see. I'll let JC know if I need a thumbnail.
Big up chairman. Big up Tim. Tough and frustrating day. I'm so done with losing to Everton.
Yeah, so are we, Tim.
Yeah. Well, here's a good stat for you, Tim. In the last 31 years, we have only beaten Everton at home in the league twice.
What did Guardiola do? Twice.
And this is even with them having so many injuries. Oh my days.
And suspensions and yeah, well, it is what it is.
Yeah, honestly, our record is terrible.
JC, new trim, new shirt in the last week. How greedy. I've had this shirt since Christmas. I can't lie to you. I've always just had a hoodie on because it's cold. Big up Solo. Bad Juju at Selhurst. Who's going to perform the exorcism so he can get back to our winning ways at home? Moss. He can do it. Sasha be scoring that chance, surely.
Yep.
Not taking our chances, killing us. Big up Durfez. Devaney was disappointing. His attempts at skill were just handed them possession and enabled them to counter-attack against our defense too easily. I don't think he had the best game, but I don't think he had the worst game. I would say that.
Yeah.
I think maybe unpopular opinion, but I think he played better in this game than he did against Doncaster overall. Because I thought he was actually all right holding up the ball, running at players, trying to get into. I think he had like 2 or 3 shots himself actually, which tested Pickford. So I don't think he was that bad, but I do agree that his attempts at back kills, there's no need.
Yeah. No, I think that's fair.
No justice for Ty this time. Rich, very bad game for him. Mitchell crumbled under the pressure of knowing Chilwell's there to take his place, I think. I don't know if you guys agree.
Yeah, I think he was a bit chilly. He froze, didn't he?
Jesus, what is wrong with him?
Are you proud of yourself?
Yeah, I am.
I don't even know what to say after that.
No, I agree. Mitchell was rubbish.
Okay. 0.7.
Yeah, that's the guy I was talking about. Dave, who did that forfeit last year. Yeah, he can chat. He can chat. So whenever I say I'm on Potts' stream and it might overrun, Dave's the reason why. But yeah, he's a good guy, but boy, he can chat.
In his interview, Glasson said needs to work on solutions to be able to deal with a low block team. SA is a possible answer. He's the kind of player that will stack up against a back line.
I mentioned that in my fan cam.
We need to talk about this a little bit more today, I think. Love Papa Smurf and proper Simbin right there. Really big up to him.
Big up
get
to him.
fired from work because
Tell your manager to bun work for the next hour. He's call him a pagan as well.
and big up someone who keeps making burner accounts.
Right. We've covered our lack of finishing. Let's talk about our defending. Let's start with the first goal. What was he doing? What was Ty doing?
He thought that he was gonna throw the ball into space and have someone run into the space. Just a shame that the Everton player was the one to run into the space.
You know what I didn't get? I didn't understand why he was rushing to take the throw in the first place. If we were like a goal down and stuff, fair enough. But he sprinted to me like, yeah, and he just, I'm like, yo, we're already on top of this game. Calm down. And then I think the thing that annoyed me the most is after he's dashed it to was it Alvarez or Alcaraz? He then goes like this towards Lama and doesn't even run back.
No, he goes, brother, you're the one that threw the ball.
But just still sprint back, like, oh my days. And we said it before we came on. I think Lerman's just got to trip him up. He's just got to take the yellow. But, oh man. Go on, Dan. I know you said that you... Go on, Rat. Go on. You can do it.
I mean, I think, to be honest, like, it's not even just that, really, is it? Like, that was a big opportunity to go. What was it? It would have been 6 points off 8th place, which is probably going to get Conference League football this year. 6 points we would have been, and we just completely bottle it. Like we literally have 2 really good opportunities to score. Okay, fine, whatever. They didn't get scored, but then like you just switch off. You switch off like that. I think for me, it's probably 80-90% Mitchell's fault. He's the one who's got the ball. I appreciate Lerma should probably be paying a bit more attention, but at the end of the day, he's just thrown it back, and then they've gone up the other end and scored. And I mean, Everton at the end of the day, they came to Selhurst happy with a point. Do you know what I mean? Like I think they were happy just to sit there and just play for 0-0 or something like that. And then obviously once they go 1-0 up, then it becomes really difficult. And yeah, I think we just completely bottled it. I'm not necessarily annoyed about specifically that, but just the fact that we bottled it. And again, it's just this endless cycle of like, we look like we're going to do something good. We got the foundations for something good, and then we bottle it. We just bottle it. And someone said it perfectly on Twitter. Losing games like that is exactly why we're going to finish 12th again, or 11th, or whatever, or 13th, or whatever. It's exactly those kind of games. I appreciate every team has bad days, whatever, but I mean, I think we have far too many of those in a season to really do that. And it's just stupid things like that. And it's like, they keep just doing stupid stuff. Like we were talking about earlier. Like I remember that Leicester, like when we drew with Leicester. I mean, what were they doing? And then the second goal today, like I'm not too bothered about talking about how we played after we went 2-1 down. For me, when it went 2-1 down, against a Moyes low block, when they're just trying to defend and that's it. No, we weren't going to make anything. Most of the teams in the league weren't going to make anything. So I think from there on, it's pointless. But the fact that you let them get in that position is just ridiculous. And and then you got players like Mitchell, who, in my opinion, should have been upgraded in the summer. Basically mess it up. It's a problem. And yeah, and it's a shame because I thought that first 45 as well was probably one of the better 45s we've had at home, probably all season. And then they just go and I'm really trying not to swear, by the way. And they just go and mess it all up like that. I mean, it's just
Are you more rattled by Moyes or the PSV goalkeeper? It's just a.
I'm not rattled by Moyes. I think he's done a good job, and he's done what he needs to do. Like I'm more rattled by our lovely players.
Dan, you mentioned obviously that second goal, and it was literally like pinball. Like I think it started with Munoz had a tame header out. It gets recycled, goes to the back post, and Alcaraz, whoever that was free at the back post, manages to whip it back in, comes out again. Ashley Young then has a swing at it to knock it in back in. So it's like 3 or 4 opportunities for them to just knock it into the box. I must say, Alvarez's finish was very cool and collected, by the way. To just place it in their post was very cool. But we had opportunities to get rid of it. And it brings into question, you mentioned Leicester. JC, what was the stat that you end up finding out regarding like pinball in our penalty area?
So what I did was I had a look through all of our home games. I just had a quick skim through all the highlights of every single game we've played at home. And at home, we have conceded. Let me just quickly go through how many goals. So so at home all season we conceded 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So out of 20 goals that we've conceded at home, 5 of them were all like pinball related. So we haven't cleared the ball properly. The opposition team got really lucky and got basically the ball just fell to them multiple times for them to have multiple shots on goal. So you're telling me 25% of all the goals we've conceded at home are all avoidable if we just cleared it on the first incident instead of trying to play the ball out. Like sometimes I do always believe it. Even Man City do it when they're struggling. John Stones is not afraid to just hoof it long, and that's why Man City are Man City. That's why Liverpool are Liverpool. Van Dijk's not afraid to just kick it long if they're in trouble. But why do we have yes, we like to play out from the back, but there's just sometimes you just don't do it. You just got to kick the ball long, reset, and then go again. 25% of all goals we've conceded at home are all because we can't clear the damn ball.
And I guarantee as well, because obviously I know we've still got that stat. I think we've only lost 2 times this season by more than a goal. So obviously, these goals matter like it's not like we're 3-0 down already or anything like that. These goals matter. Do you know what I mean? Like I mean, like for example, Leicester, that doesn't happen. We've got an extra 2 points. What was it? I think one of them you said was Brentford. Was it one of them Brentford?
Brentford was the penalty that they got. So yes, but it was pinball before the guy
I'll be
went
right back.
flying over.
Amazon delivery dropped.
All right.
But yeah, one of them was a Brentford game when there was that massive pinball in the box before the player fell over Lacroix's leg.
Yeah. And what were the other games? So one was I remember
So
one was
Leicester, West Ham, Leicester, West Ham, Everton, and Chelsea. And if we go like that, Leicester, if that goal don't go in, we win the game. Chelsea, we win the game. And also, I didn't even say an own goal for Newcastle as well.
Yeah,
that goes to 6. Then that's 30% of all goals we've conceded at home. So like, there's a lot of them, and most of the time where we've actually conceded that really stupid late goal or a stupid goal in general, we could have gotten 2 extra points on top of the draw, or we would have gotten 1 point where we didn't get any.
Mm-hmm. And you know what? And for me, that's the difference between us where we are now and being in a European place or even top 10 or whatever. And you know what? Like, I think as well. I'm kind of like going a bit off piste here, but like, I think that's why the atmosphere at home has been so bad as well. I think it all just feeds into each other. Like, we've only seen 2 wins at home all season. One against a very bad Southampton. Let's be honest here, and one against the Spurs, who turns out are also in like really bad trouble. So we're all kind of like. And again, for me as well, like the thing that I was so frustrated about yesterday was that the fact that if we did win, we were doing 6 points off 8th. It's a very, very respectable, good position to be in. Maybe SA gets up to speed. Maybe we get better with our injuries and so on. And you know what? Then that's a good run. And we didn't. We just bottled it, and that's why we are. Where
I think
we are.
one thing I would say about why our home atmosphere is so rubbish as well is the fact that our songs are dreadful now.
Yeah.
Like there's like genuinely that there's nothing to actually get excited about when those songs are on. Like, yes, when with losing Elise, you lose his one. We're losing Zaha, you lose his one. Yeah, those are player based ones. But this new 1861, I personally, it's cool, I guess, but it doesn't really resonate with me at all. Doesn't make any sense. I think they're just trying to use any type possible to make us a bit more brandable, really. Oldest club in London or whatever. That's all it is.
Oh yeah, it's a load of nonsense.
Also the fact that now, I don't know, maybe it's something I want to get you guys' take on as well. With us being in the league for 10 years and we're just sort of always there, is there anything to play for anymore? And is there anything for the fans to get excited about? Yes, you've got to be excited about Premier League football, but if we're playing decent, I guess, not amazing, not bad, is there anything for the fans to really get excited about? Like, I wouldn't be surprised if the Millwall game, the atmosphere is incredible because everyone's up for it. But then the second we go back to the league again, it'll just go flat again.
I think it's twofold. I think the lack of ambition, as you're saying, and seeing other teams, like especially this season, you got Forest who were 17th last year, and still showed that however many millions they did. I mean, I'll keep it 100. I'm willing from now on to take a 4 or 5 point deduction if it meant we spent a madness, because if we can survive the PSR thing, then we've got ourselves a healthy squad. So you got them, you've got Bournemouth, who's joined the league after us. They spent a lot of money. They're reaping the results now. In the past, Fulham, Brentford have all come closer to Europe than we have.
Well, put it this way: since we've been in the league, Burnley have played Europa League football. Wolves have played Europa League football.
Wolves as well, yeah.
Wolves played Europa League football in their first season. Bloody Sheffield United in the first year they came up, they nearly got European football as well. And we know what happened to them in the second season. They just fell apart. So why is that not us? But it's like what Dan said, because of games like this, why we can never get over the line. This is the reason why we can never have a great season. We'll always do okay, and then towards the end of the season, when everyone else is on the beach, then we just start flying up the points, like we did last year, and then we'll end the season and go 12th. Could have done better, but it's all right. And then we'll just say, and then we'll go around. We'll do the same thing again every single year.
No, exactly.
But I don't want to sound. I don't want to make it seem like I feel like we deserve Premier League football every year, because just having Premier League football is a massive blessing to a club like us. But so it gets to a point where fans, not me, but some fans are expecting more after the amount of time we've been in the league for.
Yeah, I mean, I think as well, like another, and also like, yeah, I agree. Like some of the frustration of yesterday again was the fact that, you know, like I said, we were in a possibly a favourable position and we blah blah blah. But I think it's the fact that that game, I feel like, is kind of like, for me yesterday felt like it was, you know, that inevitable. We're not going for anything interesting again this season. And it's like, and like, yeah, I know we like. Don't get me wrong. I remember seeing us in the Championship, like, you know, when we had like Steve Burley and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, you are in this league to do something interesting. Like, what's the point in football without the excitement? Like, I just don't really see the point in that. I mean, yeah, you meet up with people you know in that, but then why would you spend £600 a year on a season ticket as well? Do you know what I mean? You could just go to the pub afterwards for free. Do you know what I mean? So it's whatever. And I think, yeah, and I think, don't get me wrong, like, I think expectations are always relative, because like when we got promoted, then obviously the several seasons after, you're just looking to stay out. And that's why the atmosphere, I think, was so good. Was
because we had a lot to lose.
Yeah, well, not even necessarily that, but I think like people were just happy to be in the league. And after a while, like let's be real here as well. Like Palace have gotten a lot of Premier League TV deal money. Let's not beat around the bush here. Like the amount of money we've probably made in the last 2 seasons is more than majority of really big teams in the Championship who've been down there for ages, like you say, like a Sheffield Wednesday, or I don't know, like a QPR or someone, or you know, someone like that, a big name or a well-known name who hasn't been in the top league for a while, or has been in it maybe once in a while, or whatever. End of the day, we have been there for a long time. We haven't really made them. Not we haven't made the most of it. Like I guarantee, if you ask most Palace fans, I bet most Palace fans, if you offered them the chance of, say, getting to a Europa League knockout game, so you get into the league, you get into it, you do the group stage, and you get to a knockout game, and in trade of that, you get relegated the following season. I wouldn't be. I think a lot of people would probably take that. I'm not sure whether I would, but
I wouldn't.
I think so. I think some people would take that.
I think the younger fans would take it 100%, because they haven't really seen any time in the Championship. Yeah,
I know. But then it's a kind of like when you, in like 20, 30 years, are you going to remember the season where you did, you know, you had a really good season, got into Europe, and then went around Europe for whatever, or I don't know, or won a trophy or whatever. And then, or are you going to remember 21, 22 when, you know, when we had Jordan Ayew on the right hand wing keeping out Michael Elise? Like, are we going to? Do you know what I mean? Like,
But then again, though, you could say what Chairman said here. Ever since Glasgow's come in, really, we've always given the cups a really good go. But I would even say that the home atmosphere in the cup games are miles better than they are in the league games.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do Stockport, but definitely Doncaster was a good day out.
Just what I think it is as well, though, is I think the fan base recognised that this is the best opportunity we have. Like this is, I would say he's the best manager we've had. You know, and we've kind of given him the tools that he wants. You know, and obviously I also think the fear of losing him, because remember he said he's going until he can't take Palace any further. If we end up finishing 12th again, he might be thinking, what more can I do? You know what I mean? And I think that's where I think we're just feeling a bit dejected, you know. I know the HF and some of the fans do their best to keep their spirits high, but it's tough when we're just throwing away silly games. Like if we're getting battered, like no, they play some good football here, fair. But when you see, like I said, the caliber of goals we're conceding, especially
it's nonsense, really,
are sickening. You know, so immediately you're just going to feel like this is crap. You know, it's so annoying. You look at like this weekend, Forest lost, Villa drew. You know, like it sounds mad, but we could have been 6 or 7 points behind Villa. Like, and I'm not, and I will reiterate this. I'm not saying we have every right to be in that 8th place. No. But of all seasons, especially the run of form that we've had, we can't be going and getting points against the likes of Chelsea, Man United, Man City, to then drop points against Brentford and Everton. Like, and it's no disrespect to them, but something's not right, you know, and we just got to figure it out.
We always seem to play better against the bigger teams. There's always been a very Palace thing to do. Bigger teams, we always turn up. Against the teams that we should... I'm not saying, like, as you said, no disrespect to Everton, but teams we should be winning or at least getting points against. The players just don't seem to care. I don't know whether that's the players or it just happens to be a Palace thing, but it just seems that we never play that well against teams around us unless it's do or die. Like, I remember a few years ago, we had to beat Hull City on the last game of the season, and we scored against them in 20 seconds. We ended up smashing them 4-0. Like, we only seem to... and Robertson in that game.
Yeah.
But still, like we only seem to play well against teams that are down there with us if there's something to play for, if it's literally do or die. Other than that, we don't care.
And with that, like so that we're not disrespecting Everton at all, because they're in a great run of form. Was it 4 wins and 1 draw now since Moyes took over?
Well, yeah, he's won 5 out of 6, I think.
You know, that is incredible. But when you look at that Everton side that we played, with the bench of full of youngsters, we should be turning them over.
And they played Liverpool literally
midweek as well.
Yeah, so yeah.
Dan, I said it to you when we was on Tactic. I said everything is against us, but I guarantee we won't do anything with it.
Yeah. Oh man.
Player ratings?
Let's go through some more comments. So there are quite a few actually.
Yeah, big
player ratings.
Comments. Big up Animal.
Big up.
Given the bad form, hopefully the season ticket prices are frozen or reduced. That won't happen. I love Tariq, but he is a left back, not a left wing back. 100% agree. I think when Dan was talking about seasons, even 2009 and 1999.
2000. I'm not old enough for 1999. 2009, yeah.
Yeah, I'm literally minus age when you're talking about 1999. I wasn't even born yet, so.
Oh God.
Sorry. I've always supported the club, but I've got a big problem with the way Kamada has been treated.
Mm-hmm.
He has been scapegoated a lot. I even with yesterday's game, I'm not blaming him or Gale.
No, it went on for long enough. The only reason why I gave them a little bit lower, I gave him a little bit lower of a rating, purely is because of that one pass. Yes, it is like very opinionated, but he's not a DM, so I don't know why Glass is playing him there.
Yeah, that's
But
it's all
in the
bad.
context of the game, when he receives the ball just in front of Mark, I don't expect him to pop it back when there's 30 seconds left in the game. And that's literally my only gripe with him in the whole game. That's the only reason why I gave him the one lower rating. Big Up Truth says Sunderland are going to be a big problem when they come up. They've invested in January, didn't they? So they're going to push for it.
Yeah.
Players and manager deserve better clubs. If Gay and Mateta leave, I ain't blaming them. And how many times did Munoz lose the ball yesterday? I don't think he did that much, did he?
I'm not too sure. 'Cause obviously, I weren't at the game yesterday, so I had to go off highlights.
But yeah, big up everyone. There's a lot of comments in there.
All right, let's do these player ratings.
So yeah, we'll go Rich and Dan because me and Chairman did ours. Also, some people are not liking how me and Chairman rated it. Actually, people need to remember a 7 isn't an extremely good rating. I'm saying that 7s, you played well. You can still play well and not score. That's what I'd say that. Yeah, Rich will go with you and then Dan, and I'll just say the names out. So Dean Henderson, big saves.
Yeah, I'll give him a 7. I don't think I'm giving any player higher than 7, by the way. 7 for Dean Henderson.
Dan, Tariq Mitchell.
Ty. I'll be kind and I'll give him a 2, 3. I'll be kind.
Mark Gay.
He was the better of he was the second best because he was better than Lacroix. Lacroix wasn't great yesterday. So I'll give him he got an assist in it. I'll give him a 6.
Lacroix.
Yeah, it was a below average performance for him. I think a 5 is fair.
Richards.
7 with Dino. I think he was good.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Munoz.
So I didn't think he was. I mean, I will admit I had to compensate for how bad we were yesterday. So I might be getting this slightly wrong, but I didn't think he was that terrible. I thought, I think a 5 is probably. I thought was all right.
Will Hughes, mine and Chairman's man of the match.
Yeah, he was good as well. 7. That's the only players I'm putting in a 7. Actually, no, Mateo was good as well.
Justin Lerma.
I'm flitting between a 4 and a 5, to be honest. I'll be generous and I'll say a 5.
Justin Devaney.
He struggled. But then, 4. I think Lerma's a 4 as well, but that's just my personal opinion.
Ismail Assar.
He was okay, but he did miss that opportunity. 5 as well, I think, for me. Let's give him 5s out now.
Mateta.
I think sorry even a 4. He was non-existent in the game for me anyway. But yeah,
I was flitting between a 4 and a 5, to be honest.
I think he did enough to get a 5. He was quite pivotal to the build-up play, and also there was one cross that was a golden opportunity, and there was no one in the box.
Fair. Who we at? JP.
Mateta.
Yeah, he's 7 as well. His hold-up play and stuff was good. He did what he could.
On to the subs. Half-time, Eze came on.
You know what? I've moaned a lot about Eze this season. I thought, in an attacking sense, I thought he was actually very good. For what, or up until they got 2-1. But I do kind of think could he have done a little bit more defensively? Could he have maybe picked him up, perhaps?
No, that'd be very harsh on him. The way that we conceded the goals were his defensive errors.
I'll give him a 6. I thought it was definitely one of his better games, but I mean, he was only really on he wasn't on that long really before they scored.
Adam Wharton.
6 as well. It really helped change the game.
Someone who we haven't actually spoken about yet, Ben Chilwell.
I thought he had a good game as well. I mean, the thing is, do I think he played well because it wasn't Tyrant Mitchell? I don't know, maybe. So, or was he actually playing well for a left wing back? I don't know. I think a 6 would be fair.
Yeah, he was doing well going forward. He is positionally defensively, it's a bit of a concern.
Eddie Nketiah.
Standard 5.
And same with Kamada.
Yeah, they weren't on long enough, and they're coming into a game where Everton have got 11 players behind the ball. David Moyes, organised low block. You're not getting anything out of that.
And I want to say in this, just regarding Kamada, and when I say that I don't think this was the game for him, and this is not to blame him at all. But if you're gonna play him, then play him further up the field. Him playing deeper wasn't going to work. So this is why I'm not blaming Kamada. That's on Glasner. Do I have Glasner's rating?
No, it's Dan. Dan is Glasner.
I think it was a bit of a weird one, really, because I don't think the way he set up was necessarily wrong. I think if we take those chances, I think we go on and win that game. And we're all saying, we give it an 8 or a 9, but. I think you could argue maybe he should have made the later subs a little bit earlier, but it looked like he was making them and then they scored. So I don't know what happened there.
I think it was a bit late though, because what had happened is we've got all this possession, but we couldn't really break them down.
Yeah,
and then in football, momentum always changes. It happens. It just. So he should have made it maybe 5-10 minutes earlier and brought on someone like Esse who can dribble to break that. And that would have kept Everton on low block. Once they realised that, you know what? They can't get through this. They had their little 5-minute spell and they scored from it. It was like, happy days. Now we've got something to hold on to. And I think Glasner could have been a bit more proactive, but... Yeah,
I think... I was thinking a 5 for Glasner, to be honest. I don't think, so he didn't get the initial bit wrong, I don't think. It's just later on in the game.
Cool.
It's just so annoying.
I feel a bit better now, to be fair.
Let me ruin that for you. What's the league table looking like?
I think we're actually 12th. Oh no, we're not. We're 13th because
we are 13th, and Everton are only 1 goal behind us in goal difference.
We could have been 12th on
33 points. Yeah, so we would
5
have been...
points with 5 points behind 9th place Villa, 6 points behind Fulham, and we have Fulham next week.
That's what I mean. That's why I was so angry yesterday, because we had such a good opportunity to get ourselves in and amongst it, and we just bottled it.
The funny thing is though, if we get 6 points from the next 2, I'm not expecting us to do so, by the way. We've just roped 2 teams above us back into where we are. So one can hope.
Hope. Ain't happening though.
Oh man. Hold on. Animal's got his ratings here. Animal, did you do the substitutes?
No, he didn't.
No. I knew I was being kind with Mitchell.
I agree. I don't know why the thing started, to be honest. But I agree.
All right. Do we think... I know Dan put a tweet out about this. Do we think that Glasner is working SA into the team quick enough?
Based on what I saw when I watched his games back at Millwall, I think he needs to refine his touch more. And to be honest, he did get a chance against Doncaster, admittedly later on in the game, but he didn't stand out. So for me, based on
That's
that,
harsh.
I don't think he stood out. I think like he was all right.
But we were 2-0 up. Like the game petered out. Like we even got comments saying that we were bored. We needed to wait.
Yeah, no, we got comments on the watch long saying, "Why are you guys live if you're not going to do anything?"
The game petered out, like, and I think he tried to be, but every time he picked up the ball, it was like the halfway line, because the game was just. That's why I think it was harsh.
Yeah, I mean, I know the tweet you're alluding to, JT, because I know I compared it to Michael Elise, because Michael Elise, I think he injured at the beginning of that season.
Yeah,
I think he was, wasn't he?
He came in with a back injury, so he was sort of nursing him back from an injury, as well as nursing him into the team, which is probably why Elise came back so slowly.
Because I mean, Elise only made 2 starts up until the beginning of Jan in that first season, and I would, maybe one would argue that Elise is maybe the better prospect. I don't know, but I think. Yeah, I mean, it's one of those ones. I understand why people will get frustrated with it, because obviously, like, you see, like, maybe Sar's playing and maybe Sar's not doing the job against Everton that maybe you would hope or whatever. And then obviously, like, Kamada comes on, but then Kamada came on in midfield. You wouldn't put SA on in midfield. I don't know. It's a difficult one. And then also, looking at the games we played, obviously he came on against Brentford, scored. Who did we play after Brentford? I can't remember now.
Oh, what, at home?
Yeah.
We played Brentford at home, and then we played Man U away.
Yeah, he didn't play against Man United.
Didn't play against.
He came on for the last 20
Doncaster.
against Doncaster, and they didn't come on yesterday. I don't think this is an easy and improper thingy. Glasner just needs to give him minutes.
I think the biggest question was, why didn't he start against Doncaster?
Yeah, I think that would have been a fair enough situation to have been like, yeah, you can have a start, see what you can do. If you get a goal, great. Do you know what I mean? I think that's a fair thing to say,
because he was playing every game for Millwall, who are in the Championship, and Doncaster are League 2. So that's two leagues below where he's normally comfortable playing at, and we still don't give him a start. It's a bit strange, if you ask me. And you still rather play Kamada there instead. Do you think Kamada's got an appearance-based thing in his contract? Because he's always, if he's on the bench, he's always coming on, no matter what.
Maybe.
But even with that, I would have rather started Kamada in the 10 than Devaney yesterday.
I would rather just Kamada there. Probably would have. I mean, for hot take, I maybe would have rather play Nketiah there as well.
That is a hot take.
The reason why Nketiah would have worked is because Nketiah doesn't do well against low blocks.
No, he doesn't. But the fact that he's just another striker that you can have up front, the fact that you could easily pivot to a 2 up top and have Sarr drop in behind them to supply them with chances, like you could have done a lot more there than maybe Devaney could have done. But I don't think Devaney had that bad of a game at the end of the day. But seeing the team sheet, you'd think, oh well, you got Premier League quality there. But then we sort of go full circle again and go, well, actually no, he's actually using the academy, and this is something we've been calling for years. And then when we actually do it, we actually call him for us to use other players again. It's just very strange.
I mean, we can criticize players.
Yeah, you can. I'm not saying you can't. Like Devaney didn't have a great game, but you sort of no matter what happens in the game, you always look hypocritical on some point in yourself when you are saying one thing months ago, but now the circumstances have changed. And maybe Devaney wasn't the right call in this game. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think
But it all comes down to, sorry, I keep cutting you off, but it all comes down to, if we just took our chances, we'd be sitting here gassed.
Well, no, 100%. No, that point will always remain. Now I'm angry again.
Adam was agreeing with my Nketiah shout.
Is it that shout or the shout about
was it? Or was it? Yeah, I thought it was
and the academy players.
No, it's the Nketiah shout. It's the Nketiah shout.
I don't think it was the Nketiah shout.
Well, it was 100% the Nketiah shout.
Yeah.
Look, I hope Fulham they dismantled Forest as well.
Yeah, I know.
Like bad. But then again, Forest are a team that would have attacked. And that could have worked in Fulham's hands. We might actually hopefully be all right with a counter-attacking play against them. But we'll wait and see.
JC sneezed so hard his camera turned off.
That he's going to he's going to have a quick celebratory play because of this. Because it was the Nketiah shout.
It was the Nketiah shout. I
look, that's the hand gesture he was doing.
No, I think
now we can't hear him.
I can hear you.
Wait, I'm so confused.
What?
I muted myself because I knew I was going to sneeze. But
you must have just turned your camera off. I thought you muted.
No. I'm muted. 100%. I'm muted. I need to mute. I need to click the microphone here. But yeah, that was a hench sneeze. I think it was because he said he agreed to the Nketiah shout, but I was chatting some nonsense, so I was allergic to it.
You know what? Just quick, because the dog has put here 4-2-3-1. What would our lineup be then?
I would probably have.
But then that puts Mitchell back in there again, and you get rid of Chilwell.
But then I guess like what you would do is that it'll be four. I'm assuming it's meant to be 4-2-3-1.
Let's build it. Let's build it.
Because to be fair, you probably end up because in possession you just end up basically with a three at the back again because Munoz will go really far up and then. And then Ty Mitchell will basically be like that's the classic how it works, isn't it?
But then do we get control of the midfield again?
I think you rejuvenate Eze a little bit by doing that.
I think the question would be, who do you play on the left-hand side? I think that will be the biggest question.
True. Maybe. But wouldn't you? But you can play Esse there. He has played there before.
Agent Ancelotti, can you just go away for just one season or something, please? We're just sick and tired of not beating you. So annoying. Gosh,
we need Everton to get relegated, and then that's an extra 6 points for us every season.
And then there was someone else I don't know. Big up to. I don't know. Who he supports, not that one. We had 13 players fit, loads of injuries. Says that Everton are a bogey team, ours is Bournemouth. I'm trying to work out what teams they support. But yeah, Everton definitely are a bogey team. Them and Brentford.
For what it's worth, Animal, I agree.
Yeah, I don't see it happening, but it'll be interesting to see what it would look like.
But then where what do we do in those two in those two positions, then.
I think what
Hold on. Where's Hughes?
No, I'm saying that if with a fully fit team, what happens?
Okay, if there's no injuries involved, okay, well, it'll have to be Lacroix.
Yeah, I think you got to play Lacroix over Richards. What I would suggest is putting Sarr on the left and having Esse on the right. That's what I would suggest. Because I know Esse kind of played sometimes a free role at Millwall, but he never really played left wing at Millwall. He always played like an inside forward on the right, or was kind of given a free role in that sort of 10. Whereas I'm pretty sure Sarr did play on the left when he was at Watford, I think. Maybe.
But is that change of formation, does that improve us at all or not?
Can I be honest with you?
I don't think it does.
It kills Munoz. I granted Munoz hasn't been his best lately.
But then again, though, if we want to do it like that, let's be real.
But
what's going to happen is...
Yeah, it's basically you're going to have... What you actually end up having is exactly what we've got now, just slightly different players, because you got... Yeah,
you have that, which is basically what we've been playing anyway. But you just have Sarr at left wing back, and we know that ain't going to work.
Yeah.
And I'd rather have Mark. And I'd rather have Mark at left centre back.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it?
And I'd rather have Lacroix in the middle, and I'd rather have Richards on the right.
Yeah.
And then we go around in circles again.
I mean, yeah, I do. Yeah. I think with the formation, I think we're playing in a slightly different way to last season. But I think that's been forced upon Glasner because of the players we haven't brought in.
Yeah. However, he can bring it back to how we played last season if he gives Romain Esse more minutes.
But is it harsh to drop Sarr?
I would say
not
at the
if he's
moment,
not
not
playing
anymore.
more.
Not
if he's not playing more.
I think when that was being said a month ago, I would have said that would have been harsh on Sarr. But I think Sarr's been all right recently, but not undroppable.
But we've got to be a squad where we can do that. Like before, we didn't have the players to rotate. We've got it now.
That's true.
And it doesn't necessarily mean Stark doesn't have to start, but take him off at 60.
Yeah.
Give players a fair run. Even like Kamada, give him a fair run of it. Or Nketiah, give him a fair. Like obviously it's difficult because I don't think we should take the Tata off anyway. But like asking players to jump into a match, play 5 minutes, it's hard.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah.
And then what do we do when Matheus França gets fit? If he gets fit, I should say. He's going to obviously play 21s and that. That's another attacking player. Is he not going to play? Like, we've been crying out for a squad. Glasgow has to use it better, in my personal opinion. I would rather us just have all the injuries and just stick with our 11. At least then we can say we've got no choice. Now we've got choice. Please use it.
I think the main takeaway from this stream is that we want Glasgow to make subs earlier.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
And it's almost as if it's the same problem that we had with Roy, where he just never made subs. And if he did, it was always on exactly 60 minutes.
Yeah. It's a bit weird because Glasnow's used to make subs regardless. Like, now he's kind of holding out a bit longer. So it's a bit annoying. The Doncaster one really ticked me off. Especially because Devendi scored in, 57th minute or something?
Yeah, 57.
I thought, that's perfect. Give some players half an hour. Like, why? Like, França got 4. Esse got 20.
I get why França got so little, because he's literally, like...
Well, give him 10, though.
No, I understand why he got so little, purely so he can... Because the plan was never to play França in that game. It was always to put him in the 21s. But because Nketiah got himself injured, and probably the only time he was guaranteed...
He was going to get 45 in the 21s, right?
Yeah.
The 21s are pretty much League 2 level anyway. So what's the difference?
But
You should have got at least give him 10.
then again, though, it's kids football and league football are drastically different things.
I get it, but we were 2-0 up and we were just in control. Like, it was a nothing game. Give the kids some minutes. 4 minutes of story. That was just like, why?
No, I do. I agree with you on that one, Rich. To be fair, like I get that Glasner wants to play, and I like the fact that he wants to play the strongest team as much as he can. But I do feel like there are times like the Doncaster game where we are playing League Two opposition. Like at the end of the day, the only reason I think we sold so many tickets, as many tickets as we did, is because I think people wanted to go up and see players like SA, França, etc. Maybe get more minutes. To be fair, França was standing on the pitch for about 6 minutes before he got to come on, because I remember the ball thing for a while. But really, he should have been given, like you say, like 30 odd minutes or whatever it was. So, but yeah.
That's his best position at the moment. and that's just clutching.
Oh wow. Durfez, last comment. Francis skilled player over a speed player like Ahamada. I forgot he was even on our book.
Oh, you know what? I forgot that too until just then.
Do you know what? I did hear that he's getting minutes for Rennes, so he's definitely improved somewhere.
Let me have a look. I've just
because I know he made
forgotten about him.
Because I think he made like his first appearance like not long ago. I don't know if
he's played 144 minutes of football this year or this season. He's played 2 appearances in the league, and both of those appearances add up to 38 minutes. He's had 2 appearances in the cup, and both of those add up to 16 minutes. And he played a full night, and he played 1 full 90 for the kids.
Poor guy.
Oh, I didn't know that. Did you know that Ahamada has got more appearances for Palace than he has for Stuttgart?
Really?
Yeah.
I thought he played for Stuttgart for like more than one season.
He's played 31 games for Palace, or appearances for Palace, and he's got 28 for Stuttgart. But he has played 9 games for Stuttgart too, which is like, I guess, still Stuttgart in a sense, but still. That's quite funny, actually. Yeah, 26 Bundesliga games, but 28 Prem games. Very interesting.
Oh, boy. Just quickly, big up to Mark. You know what? Like Wolfie has actually like messaged a few times in the group about just continuing that beat the drop, but there's other people that can't make it. So I'm sorry, but yeah, all the best. Like if you lot get Champions League, that'd be incredible. So keep it up.
Yeah, Forest don't need to be on beat the drop. Hang on a minute. They're already beating it.
Yeah, no, they need to be on the chase for Europe or something like that.
No, this is it. Man. Right. Let's get out of there. Guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I guess the conversation was needed. Boy, it'd be interesting what lineup we have against Fulham, because that's a tough game. But if we could somehow get either 4 or 6 points in the next 2, which I doubt would happen, I will take 2 points, by the way, then we can once again start looking at the table. JT, Dan, appreciate it as always. So we've got potential 21s France to watch along tomorrow. Well, I'll let you know. If you see, turn your notification bell on. If you see a stream pop up, is JC frozen? Oh, he's not. He's just very still. If you see a notification pop up, then yeah, Tactical Tuesday, right? Yeah, we'll get Fulham preview as well. Probably Thursday. Yeah, up the Palace.
Eagles.
Up the Palace.